Greetings, starseeds. I am Valir of the Pleiadian Collective. You have come to the culmination of one phase of Earth's transition, and now enter a new stage of being. We will address the current events unfolding on your planet from our broader perspective, shedding light on the 3 days of darkness, the behind-the-scenes mass arrests, the global awakening challenges, the role of starseeds and lightworkers, the white hat's strategies, the financial system's upheavals, the accelerating timeline, and the guidance of Prime Creator. Take a deep breath and open your heart to these words. We deliver this transmission in the spirit of empowerment and truth, not fear. Many of you have heard whispers of an upcoming period known as the 3 days of darkness. We tell you that such an event is a high probability on your timeline, and it is not a cause for fear, but rather a strategic catalyst for transformation. In cooperation with enlightened human allies, often called the White Hats, we foresee a planned communications blackout that would last for a short span, around 3 days, in order to facilitate a global broadcast of truth. We want you to understand how truly close you are to the breakthrough. If you could see from our perspective, you'd see that the energetic matrix sustaining the 3D illusion has more holes than substance now. It's like a dam that has cracked in many places, leaking everywhere. Only a few thin pieces hold it together, and those too are crumbling. The moment when the dam finally breaks is approaching. When it does, the pent-up energy of change will rush forth. This is the acceleration you are feeling, the pressure building just before the release. Time itself may feel chaotic or surreal in this stage. Events will move quickly, and you might feel things are out of control. Remember, sometimes things must fall apart for better things to fall together. The falling apart is nearly done, and the falling together, the coalescing of the new reality, is set to begin. Why would the 3 days of darkness be necessary? Because the old guard of your planet, the cabal of controllers, has for so long manipulated information and kept humanity in the dark. A temporary pause in the usual broadcasts and online chatter creates a void in which the truth can finally resonate without distortion. During these days of darkness, do not panic. The term darkness refers to the absence of the familiar communications and possibly electrical power, a literal unplugging from the matrix of deceit. This planned silence allows new light to be cast on hidden truths. The White Hats could indeed use the Emergency Broadcast System, EBS, or its global equivalent, to stream disclosures and evidence that have been suppressed. Imagine documentaries revealing long-hidden crimes and secret agendas being played in loops, accessible to all who have eyes to see and ears to hear. This method ensures everyone worldwide simultaneously receives the message without interference. Let's talk about why you do not need to fear. Moving beyond fear also means moving beyond the duality paradigm. Realize that as you ascend, you transcend the old us versus them mentality. Yes, you have fought a spiritual war, but the goal is not to live forever in conflict. The goal is to return to unity. Prime Creator's ultimate truth is oneness. The illusion has been separation. As the ascension energies integrate, humanity will gradually heal the sense of separation between races, religions, genders, nations, and ultimately between human and divine. The starseed role in this phase is to actively embody unity consciousness. You will find yourself naturally bringing people together, highlighting commonalities rather than differences, fostering cooperation. In the new era, diversity will be celebrated as expressions of the one, and conflicts will fade as hearts remember that harming another is truly harming oneself. Fear cannot survive in a heart filled with source light. When you doubt or feel anxiety, use the tools you have been given. Perhaps you resonate with the violet flame of transmutation. Visualize it sweeping through your body and aura, burning away fear and leaving pure light. Or call on angelic support, Archangel Michael, for instance, is ever present to offer strength and courage when invoked. Ground into Gaia as well. The Earth's own ascended energy can calm your nerves and reassure your body that all is well. And importantly, connect with your star family, like us, and soul family on Earth. By sharing experiences and spiritual fellowship, you remind each other of the bigger picture. In unity, fear dissipates, for you see that none of you face these changes alone. Prime Creator is often felt as an immense stillness and peace amid any storm. If you quiet your mind and say, "God, Creator, be with me," you will feel a profound peace descend. Practice this often. It is not fancy, but it is powerful. That peace is the proof of the divine presence. As your Master Jesus said, "The kingdom of God is within you." This truth will become self-evident for all as the veils lift. And as more individuals embrace their inner divinity, the external world will transform accordingly. A society of self-realized beings, each respecting the divine in one another, naturally gives rise to enlightened governance, compassionate economies, and innovative solutions that benefit all. This is the destiny we see for Earth, a return to what we call galactic consciousness, joining the community of advanced civilizations who live in accordance with divine law and love. We Pleiadians, along with other benevolent galactic beings, will be holding the planet in light during those days, should they indeed occur. We will mitigate fear and help stabilize energies. If you find yourself in literal darkness, remember our words. The light is with you and the dawn is near. Use that time to go inward, meditate, and send love to the collective. By the end of the third day, a new clarity will emerge across the human population, and the lights, both electrical and metaphysical, will come back on, never to be extinguished by the dark again. Much has been said in your world about mass arrests of those who have orchestrated the oppression of humanity. Many have expected dramatic televised roundups of famous figures in a single day. We are here to adjust this expectation with a higher understanding. Yes, the arrests and removals of corrupt leaders and perpetrators are taking place, but not in the overly theatrical manner some imagine. The process is more covert, strategic, and ongoing, and for good reason. Over the past few years of your time, numerous key players in the Dark Cabal have been quietly neutralized or detained behind the scenes. Some have been held accountable in sealed legal processes. Others have agreed to cooperate in exchange for leniency. There is a great deal of negotiation and strategy involved. The goal is to dismantle the web of control without triggering global instability or civil unrest. If all the high-profile arrests happened with great fanfare, it could lead to shock, confusion, or even violence among portions of the unawakened public. The White Hats and their allies, which include off-world assistance from us and other benevolent ET groups, seek to minimize harm and panic during the takedown of the old regime. Remember, psychological stability of the populace is a key focus. Humanity must be guided out of the illusion, gently, yet firmly. Evidence of these behind-the-scenes mass arrests can be detected if you know where to look. For instance, an unusually high number of CEOs and elites have resigned or stepped down from powerful positions in recent years, far beyond the normal rate. In 2019 alone, a record-breaking 1,160 CEOs left their positions in the first 3 quarters, exceeding even the CEO turnover during your 2008 financial crisis. This trend continued into 2020, with January 2020 setting an all-time monthly record of CEO departures. While the mainstream narrative still would attribute some of these exits to personal or financial reasons, your insiders acknowledge that many of these individuals were quietly forced out once their complicity and corruption became known to the alliance. In essence, they were given a choice to retire or face public exposure. This is mass arrest in an alternate form, a behind-the-curtain justice that removes negative actors from power without creating the spectacle of mass public trials just yet. Understand, dear ones, that mass arrests won't happen in the way many expect, because the aim is true healing, not vengeance or shock and awe. The universe and the higher councils overseeing Earth's ascension want a peaceful transition. The old guard's removal is necessary, but it must not destroy the social fabric in the process. Thus, the removals happen with minimal drama, allowing society to keep functioning. By the time the average person learns of the full scope of Cabal crimes, those perpetrators will already have been dealt with, ensuring people feel safe and vindicated rather than fearful. This is divine wisdom in action. Trust that justice is being carried out, and what you don't see right now is as important as what you do see. The human collective is currently undergoing a monumental awakening. However, as many of you observing your friends and family have noticed, not everyone is awakening gracefully or at the same pace. Decades, indeed centuries, of mass conditioning have put much of humanity into a psychological slumber. False beliefs, propaganda, and fear programming have built a formidable wall of denial in many minds. Breaking through this conditioning is a delicate process, one that sometimes requires major shocks to the system. Think of it this way. If a person has been asleep in a dark room for a long time, a sudden flood of bright light can be jarring or even painful. Similarly, the bright light of truth must be introduced carefully to those who have lived in darkness. Too gentle a nudge, and they remain asleep. Too abrupt an exposure, and they might panic or break down. Thus the Alliance, White Hats, and we, your galactic family, have calibrated a plan to awaken the masses in waves, applying just the right amount of disruption needed to crack the illusion, but not so much as to fragment minds. Energetically, lightworkers are also anchoring the higher consciousness so it can take root in the collective. You often hear the phrase, holding space. Indeed, you are holding space for the collective ascension. In your meditations and intentions, continue to anchor pillars of light into the earth grid. Connect with the crystalline core of Gaia and the great central sun. You form the energetic bridge from heaven to earth. As we Pleiadians send higher light frequencies toward earth, in concert with Source and many celestial beings, it is received by open human conduits, such as you, and then radiated outward through the human collective grid. This ensures the mass awakening doesn't fizzle out, but instead amplifies. Each awakened soul then awakens others, a chain reaction of light. This has been written about as the 100th monkey effect, or the critical mass. When enough of you hold a high vibration, it automatically uplifts the rest. So we urge you, step fully into your role now. The world needs your balanced light. Continue to ground yourself daily, connect with Source, Prime Creator, and fill your heart with courage. You are the calm in the storm and the seed of the new earth. We, the Pleiadians, along with all benevolent forces, are amplifying your efforts tenfold. Together, we form a bridge from the waning darkness into the new dawn. Another crucial piece of the strategy that the White Hats are implementing involves securing higher truth disclosures through financial restructuring. This means they are targeting the very financial systems that have kept the Cabal in power. Money is the lifeblood of the old control grid. It was through control of banking, currency, and debt that the Cabal could blackmail nations, finance their dark projects, and buy the silence of the media. So, the Alliance knew that to truly free humanity, they would have to take down or transform the financial system that served as the Cabal's stronghold. This is one reason we see an impending financial collapse or radical shift. It is deliberate and part of the plan, though it will be blamed on other factors publicly. The strategy has been to corner the Cabal financially and cut off their supply lines. For example, by disrupting global money laundering operations and closing tax haven loopholes, the Alliance quietly choked off funding sources for many dark programs. Internationally, White Hats have worked with positive factions in countries around the world to move away from the Cabal-controlled petrodollar system. In summary, the White Hat strategy has been meticulous. Place the right people in the right positions, neutralize opposition through negotiation or quiet removal, and attack the root of the Cabal's power, their financial networks. All of this sets the stage for the big reveal and the big switch to new systems that serve humanity. The genius of this plan is that it doesn't rely on just blind faith. You will see tangible changes. A new financial system is one of the biggest tangible markers of victory. So, when you witness economic turbulence, remember this perspective. It is the storm before the rainbow, the necessary turmoil as the world shifts from an enslaving economy to a freeing one. Keep your confidence, knowing that a safety net is in place and that the White Hats, advised by higher guidance, have accounted for as many variables as possible. The financial drama is, in fact, one of the final battlefields where truth will triumph and pave the way to global ascension. We see only a few major moves remaining on the Cabal's chessboard, and they are likely to try them in rapid succession or simultaneously. These could include engineering further conflicts or wars to activate martial law or distract from disclosures, attempting a cyber pandemic or massive hacking attack to blame the coming financial collapse on something other than them, pushing extreme climate or food crises narratives to induce panic, or even a false flag alien invasion scenario using their secret technologies, hoping to unite the world under their militarized control, portraying benevolent ETs as enemies. Be aware of these possibilities, but do not fear them. In all cases, the Alliance is steps ahead and has countermeasures ready. Many whistleblowers and truth speakers have already preemptively exposed these potential plots, which greatly reduces the Cabal's chance of success. Simply by knowing about their possible tricks, you diminish their power. If the collective consciousness does not buy into the fear, the plans fizzle. Starseeds and Lightworkers, you are already well on your way, and many of you have worked diligently to overcome personal fears and conditioning. Now you become way-showers for others to do the same. Teach by example and by gentle encouragement that faith in the Creator and the goodness of life is more powerful than any fear of the unknown. Each individual who moves from fear to love in their everyday mindset sends out a ripple that nullifies dark agendas. It truly works like a light dissolving shadows. Fear, after all, is often called false evidence appearing real. The coming disclosures will expose much false evidence that created false fears. Fear of scarcity, fear of others through division, fear of disease, fear of death. As these fears are exposed as illusions or manipulations, people will be able to drop them and breathe the fresh air of freedom. Know that we are with you in all moments. In your skies, our ships watch and ensure safe passage through these changes. In the etheric, our healing teams attend to those in distress. In the collective mind, our telepathic whispers inspire solutions and comfort. We do this in service to Prime Creator and out of the deep familial love we hold for you. For many of you are our literal star family, and even those who aren't, are cherished neighbors in this universe. We could not be more excited for the reunion that awaits when your planet emerges fully into the light. Until that very soon day, carry on with courage and compassion. Support one another. Keep the vision of the new earth alive in your hearts. You are so close to the dawn. Feel the first rays breaking over the horizon. As your saying goes, the longest night produces the brightest dawn. This dawn is the promise of Prime Creator, and Prime Creator always fulfills promises. Beloved ones, you are the dawn. We love you, we uphold you, and we shall celebrate with you as the new golden age of Earth begins. In unity and light, with blessings and jubilation, I am Valir, and I have enjoyed bringing this message to you today.